This is my uncle's family Christmas present that was homemade. It's an epoxy resin table. It's the first epoxy table that I've ever tried to do. And it was a really good project. It was really a learning curve, I think, because I had no idea what I was doing. I've made tables before and I've made epoxy things, but I've never put them together. So, I mean, I had a few errors, which I'll point out along the way, but it was a great project. I just used plywood for the bottom of the board. It was like 3/4 inch. I used 1x6s for the sides of the table. I used 1x4 for the drawer. I used crossbow bolts and 2 bullet casings in the handles. I used construction toys that I got from Amazon. I also put a little Buckeye bean in there because my uncle, they lived in Arizona, California, and Oklahoma. Their whole, like, bounced back and forth their childhood and stuff until he was of age to make his decision to stay here in Oklahoma. Anyways, I put bullet casings as well in the mold for each one of his siblings. The different colors represents the girls versus the boys. My uncle is a dirt work and construction company. He has his own company, Sunshine Trucking, and he does, I don't know, hauling rock, spreading rock, digging out ponds, pretty much anything you could think of, he can pretty much do. This spot right there, I had a huge bubble I ended up having to drill out, and ended up having to refill with a little bit extra layer of resin. This is before I added in a little wooden cross that I cut out of some pine. You can see it right there, the hole that I had to cut and carve out. And then that is after I refilled it. And I mean, it looks pretty good. You can't really tell that it's there unless you knew it was there. On my last layer of resin, I mixed up way too much for how much I needed, and it ended up causing frostiness in all of the whole table. So I was really disappointed about that. I used a different type of resin for that than I did on the bottom. On the bottom, I used a EPE cast, and I used almost about a whole gallon of the EPE Easy Pour resin. Epoxy is great. Honestly, I loved it so much. And then the top layer of the resin, it was actually called a tabletop coat, I believe. And that one, whenever I did it, I really messed up. Using too much, and I was like, I already had it mixed up, didn't want to waste the resin, didn't have nowhere else to put it. This was me working on busting off the boards after pouring it and getting it ready to fit onto the table. Used a little bit of a Dremel, different attachments a few times. I used a jigsaw to cut the mane away from it. Yeah, I mean, and I did wood burning on the sides. I also used a little hand torch on all the other sides. That is the only one that actually has a scene on it. Oh, I forgot the fossil. There's also a little fossil in there. That fossil's been around my house forever. I don't even know where it came from. But, there's just all kinds of little stuff. There's also this one kind of snail in there that's got all kinds of, it's like a mosaic snail. Never seen such a thing before, but in North Oklahoma, you can find them in the creeks where they have been made from little rocks. It's the coolest thing ever. But I hope y'all guys enjoyed looking at my table, seeing some of the stuff I did. Also them handles, those handles, okay, they were so difficult to actually attach to the table itself. I ended up having to take the drawers off. That way I could stand it upright. I had to drill a little hole in and then add some resin into the bolt whenever I was attaching it. So far I think they've held up. I need to check with my uncle just to make sure. I tried to tell him if anything were to break, like, it's fixable, just let me know. But, you know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my video of this little process. And if you guys have any questions, just, feel free to ask. I'm all about sharing my knowledge of my mess ups. So, if you guys have anything y'all need to say, want to say, go ahead and stay away. Have a great day. Bye.